Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. In this video, I would like to talk to you about Canada. So, if you remember from our previous video, Canada is a country to the northern Hampshire. It is the country which belongs to the North America continent and shares the border with the United States of America. Canada and USA actually share the longest international border in the world. Canada is the second biggest country in the world after Russia, as measured by total area. Canada is a sparsely populated country. Most of the people live close to the USA-Canada border, with the main urban areas such as Vancouver, Montreal, Quebec are. Canada's longest river is the Mackenzie River. In the northwest, the river is 2,635 miles. The highest mountain in Canada is with 19,551 feet. The Mount Logan in the Yukon Territory at the border with Alaska. Canada also has the largest waterfalls by water volume. These are the Niagara Falls. Canada is also one of the most popular tourist destinations in the world. There are many attractions for Canada's visitors, and kids love to explore the amazing nature and wildfilms. Families also can go on great canoe trips in the national parks or enjoy skiing and snowboarding and other winter fun activities in the mountain. But also the big cities such as Toronto, Quebec and Vancouver have lots to do for families traveling with kids, with stunning museums and wonderful city parks, for great outdoor activities such as cycling, climbing, sledging or ice skating. So what are the favorite attractions in Canada, or the favorite cities which most people like to visit? Vancouver, which is in the west of the country, is great for outdoor sports. Vancouver, British Columbia, in the city, great attraction for children are the Maritime and the Science Museums and many more mountains and stuff like that. Niagara Falls is also one of the Canada's biggest tourist attraction. They were formed in the last ice age. The Niagara Falls are the largest waterfall in Canada by volume of water. Quebec City is the oldest town, which was founded in 1608. Great to see the Frontenac Castle buildings from the 18th and 19th century. Toronto is famous for the CN Tower, and the Rogers Centre are a great attraction in the city at the shores of Lake Ontario. The CN Tower in Toronto is actually the tallest freestanding structure in the Western Hampshire, while Rogers Centre is a huge stadium and sports the world's first retractable roof. Banff National Park. Amazing wildlife. Make sure to watch your belongings, as bears tend to chew up everything they find laying. Canada is also the second largest reserve holder after Saudi Arabia. The province of Alberta leads in the production of oil and natural gases in Canada. Canada is also the leader in uranium mining. Canada is the world leader of hydroelectricity, which uses the power of water to produce electricity. Canada is the second on softwood production after the USA. Canadian people, most of them have the roots in England, so most of them are British, as during the French and British colonized the country, and thus many families from the old world immigrated into Canada. Canada also has two official languages, and these languages are English and French. The majority of Canadians speak English as this is their first language, but French is the main language in Quebec province. Almost 90% of all Canadians live within 200 kilometers of the Canada-USA border. And this is it about Canada. I hope you have enjoyed some information, some brief information which I wanted to give you. Now we can start on the questionnaire, okay? And I hope you're ready. So let's start with the quiz. Here we have our questions ready for you. So we have 4 questions here, 4 here, 4 there, and 4 here. Okay, it's not many, I hope. So let's start. What would you find in the West Canada? Rivers, valleys, and woodlands, lakes, forests, and rugged mountains, forests, valleys, and lakes, rugged mountains, and valleys and rivers. Our second question is, Canada ranks where in the largest of all the countries in the world? Is it on the 4th place, 2nd place, 1st place, or 3rd place? I have just told you about this few minutes ago. Let's move on to the next question. Canada's laws are made by elected officials in the offices of what? Congress and monarch, Parliament and President, Senate and President, or Parliament and Prime Minister. Our next question is, where is Canada located? Between the United States and Russia, just south of the United States, in Antarctica, directly above the United States. Let's move on to the next part. And more questions are here. Canada is an independent state of which country? United States, Italy, France, or Great Britain? Next question. Where are most of Canada's largest cities? Eastern Canada, Northern Canada, Western Canada, or Central Canada? Question number 7. What is the capital of Canada? I'm sure you know this. I can guarantee you do. Is it Toronto? Is it Ottawa? Is it Edmonton? Or Quebec? Next, question number 8. People do what for work in Western Canada? Fish for salmon or cut trees for lumber? Hunt and trap animals for fur? Develop new technologies? Or manufacture different things in factories? What do they do? Let's move on to the next part. Which settlers were the first to arrive in Canada? French, Spanish, Italian, or British? Next, when is Canada Day celebrated? 1st of July, 7th June, 11th August, or 1st November? So Canada Day. The largest city in Canada is it Quebec, Winnipeg, Edmonton, Vancouver, Montreal, or Toronto? So you can only choose one, okay? Next, Canada has dash provinces. How many provinces does Canada have? And the final 4 questions are here. The most people of Canada are mostly of dash region. Around 68% of the population. Are they British? Are they Chinese? Are they French? Or native Indians? Next question. Canada's largest trading partner is Japan, China, the United States, or the UK? Next question. The maximum distance from the most eastern point in Canada to the most western point in the country is approximately of how many kilometers? 3,500 kilometers, 5,500 kilometers, 7,500 kilometers, 9,500 kilometers. So how much is it, if you know? Otherwise, take a guess, please. Final question. When did Canada become a country? In which year? In 1467, 1667, 1867, 1947. Okay, we have finished with this. Now let's check if you got them right. Okay, so let's start from the first question. What would you find in the West Canada? You will find lakes, forests, and rugged mountains. So the answer is 2. Okay, lake, forest, and here. Canada ranks where in the largest of all the countries in the world. It's the second largest country in the world after Russia. Next, Canada's laws are made by elected officials, Parliament, and Prime Minister. So this is the answer, the 4th. Next, where is Canada located? It is located directly above the United States. So this is the answer here. Okay. Next, Canada is an independent state of which country? Great Britain. Okay, Great Britain. Here is the answer. Where are most of the Canada's largest city? They are in Eastern Canada. So first, Eastern Canada. What is the capital of Canada? The capital of Canada is Ottawa. Okay, number 2. Next, people do what for work in Western Canada? Fish for salmon or cut for lumber. Okay, so this one is the answer. The first one, fish for salmon or cut trees for lumber. Next, which settlers were the first to arrive in Canada? French settlers were the first to arrive in Canada. Okay, French. Next, when is Canada Day celebrated? Canada Day is celebrated on the 1st of July. The largest city in Canada is Toronto. Toronto is the largest city in Canada. Next, how many provinces does Canada have? Canada has 10 provinces. So the answer is 10 provinces. Next, and this is nearly over, we have this question: the people of Canada are mostly what? The people of Canada are mostly of British origin. Around 68% of the population is British. Okay. Next, Canada's largest trading partner is the United States. The United States are Canada's largest trading partner, so they work more with each other. The maximum distance from the most eastern point in Canada to the most western point in the country is approximately of 7,500 kilometers. So again, this is the answer: 7,500 kilometers. When did Canada become a country, and in which year? Canada gained its independence in 1867. Again, in 1867, on the 1st of July 1867. This is why Canada Day is celebrated every year. Okay, so we're done with this. Now let's talk about some of the similarities which Canada and Australia has. So both of the countries speak English. Both of the countries are most American looking. Both of the countries border with 3 oceans, and they also have a huge land area, both of them. Both of the countries have small population relative to land area, so the land is really big, but the population is very less compared to the land. Both of the countries have the southeast portion being the most populated. Both of the countries use dollars, Australian and Canadian dollars. Both of the countries have nice cities with nice skylines. Both of their capitals are not the largest cities. For example, Canberra is not the largest city, it's Sydney in Australia, the largest city. Ottawa is the capital, but Toronto is the largest city. Sydney and Toronto have somewhat similar looking skylines. Both have the tallest structure in their largest city, Sydney and Toronto. And they both have the tallest structure, that is a tower. Sydney and Toronto are both in the same league, being better walled cities. Okay, so these were some of the similarities which the two countries have, and that's it about Canada and Australia. And I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have also learned something. And I'll see you in my next video then. Thank you very much. Bye bye.